As you are aware, Texas is the only majority-minority state that historically votes Republican. What is your response to legal immigrants who say that the Democratic Party is being too lenient with immigration law?
I agree with them. The party is. I'm the rebel of the party anyway, and a lot of people out there know it because sometimes the party's not always right. They need to start listening to the people more often. So I agree when they say that. But I'm still a Democrat. I was born a Democrat, going to die a Democrat. I love the platform they have. We just got to improve it. With that said, is Texas, there's more Democrats actually here. They just don't vote because they're not motivated enough, and they don't have the candidates out there that's going to motivate them to get them to the polls. Somebody up there going to motivate them. Hopefully it's me, because guess what? We're going to kick Greg Abbott out of office, and we're going to be Democrats in this next cycle.
All right. Mr. Osaguda, you're the next turn.
There was a time in our country when we were fighting the Cold War because we felt that democracy and capitalism were systems that had to be globalized. We expanded and we weren't really ready to test the scalability of those structures. What we find is that they're maybe not as scalable as they should be. So when you talk about the immigration issue, one of the things that we have to understand is it's a test of the scalability of our systems. And really, when I look at the wall, I view that as a white flag for democracy and capitalism. What it says in the world is that our systems have been adjusted so that they are scalable for the rest of the world. Again, structural change. I don't think the problem is immigration. The problem is that our systems cannot absorb new workers. And these are structural issues that we're going to have to address again, because again, it gets to the core of whether our systems are actually scalable in the era of globalization.
Mr. Payne.
Yes, we are a majority-minority state, and someone needs to get out there and motivate the minority to get out there and vote. And that's why we've been traveling this state 27,000 miles, believe me, in a car. It was in an RV or something. Realize that you're not going to motivate people with a 30-second television commercial or a 30-second radio commercial. And it's not going to fly over the people that you need to be speaking with. And that's why when we're traveling, we're actually going into the gas station while Lewis pumps the gas. I'm going in going, "Hi, I'm Jeffrey. I'm running for governor." And they're like, "Well, we just want a bag of chips and a Coke." I'm like, "You may want that, but I got something else you need." And we actually have conversations. So that's how we motivate people, going out there and meeting them face to face and listening. For once, listen. Thank you.
Mr. White.
I disagree with the premise of the question because immigration policy is a federal issue, and that's why I'm going to vote for Beto to represent our interests on that federal issue. But what I'm running for is governor of Texas, and I need to get our focus back on what the governor should be focused on, which is education and healthcare, state issues. Right? Instead of these extremist policies like spending almost $1 billion on border security. It's not the state's job, right? And these laws like the Sanctuary Cities law, where the state passes a law that requires local law enforcement to enforce federal immigration law. Again, that's not our job. We're running for governor of Texas. Let's focus on what matters.
All right, 30-second follow-up. We begin again with Mr. Davis.
Okay. If you go to my website, my theme is blue collar, common sense leadership. Actually, I'm still one of my co-parts saying, because everybody else didn't use my blue collar leadership. There's a tsunami coming. That's contributed to him. He's a good guy. But anyway, like you said, we're running for governor. So we got to stay focused on state issues. And again, if we're enforcing federal laws, you're putting that burden of paying for those services on the local tax dollar, okay? And we cannot allow our citizens to be overtaxed when it really isn't our issue. It's a federal issue. And it's not as prevalent as most people seem to think, because Donald Trump has blown it so far out of proportion that everybody thinks it's a major crisis, but it's not, people. People was living together in Texas before Trump got there, and we were living together peacefully. We had issues, but we were mainly living peacefully. Now he has divided divided this country, this state, and all these communities.
Mr. Osaguda.
Just a little bit of my personal history. My mother-in-law cleans museums for a living. She was a naturalized citizen just less than a year ago. Thankfully, Obama signed her citizenship certificate. In terms of motivating our people to get out, I think it's just important to expand education and let them understand what's at stake. I take it as my personal cause to try to educate our citizenry on what is at stake in this election. But I don't think we can do it as simply as slogans or appealing only anecdotally. These people have budgets themselves that they live through, and it is important that we communicate with them about what their daily lives are and the struggles that they face every day.
Mr. Payne.
As governor of Texas, you represent anyone who lives in Texas, whether they're a legal citizen or if they're an undocumented individual. What we have right now is someone that is not representing the undocumented population. And yes, it's a federal issue, I get it. But as governor, wouldn't it be nice to have someone that actually went to DC and knocked on the doors of our U.S. reps and our U.S. senators and other U.S. reps and senators from other states, and if he had to, bang on some heads, rather than a governor who keeps going up there for photo ops and fundraisers? If you want change, you have to step up and be the advocate for change. You just can't, well, it's a federal issue. Yes, the federal government needs to secure the border, not the state. If we were trying to protect ourselves from people in Oklahoma, that would be something else. But we're not. It's a federal border. The federal government needs to take care of it. Thank you.
Mr. White.
The people from Oklahoma are scary. Have you been to
They have a casino.
Have you been to a Texas OU football game? Ooh, yeah. But you know what? Obviously, I feel strongly about immigration as well. Immigration is important, and I will lead on immigration. But the laws are the laws, and we must abide by them. And immigration policy is a federal law. So I will lobby, and I will work, and I look forward to working closely with Senator Beto on that issue, because he's got to beat Senator Cruz on that issue before things get really bad.